Hey guys, welcome to Little Big Podcast. This is episode 142. Alright, thanks for joining us this week. We're going to go ahead and get kicked off with the art. First up, we have Taylor Cook's pose of the clay art that we showed last week. We asked you guys to make a couple drawings of that and give us some thoughts on what you think it could be. And you guys delivered, and we have a couple of those, and those will be the first ones you see. So in case you didn't know what this is what it is. And, wow, that didn't make much sense at all. But anyway, next up we have Kyle's Sakusei Legend of Craft World art, and that means create in Japanese. So he thinks it's kind of going to be more of like an Origins of Little Big Planet kind of game, which I can totally see happening. And then we have JK's whatever this is, and it's probably not going to happen because not really sure about that one. Anyway, we're on to the normal art for this week. Next up, we have Gabriel's sack wrapper art, and it's a sack boy wearing a basketball jersey with the gold chain hanging from his neck. Looks really, really cool. Next up, we have Kevin's sack boy, and that looks really good. Great job on that. Next up, we have Grayson's sackbot, and he also drew Da Vinci's hideout. Absolutely love it. Great job, bro. Nice work. Next up, we have David's Batman costumes, and that looks really nice. And I would think that it's quite the possibility to see some Batman Arkham City costumes coming up. But don't take my word for it, because I don't know anything. Next up, we have Stink Boy 11's Crown Sack Boy. And the name kind of gives away what this one's going to be. But that's pretty much all on that one. It's a crown sack boy. It's really cool. Next up, we have Ben's Da Vinci model, and it's Da Vinci made out of newspaper with a little thought bubble above his head, and that looks really nice, so he did a great job on that. Next up, we have Kyle's Darth Vader costume, and it's going in his series of Star Wars costumes. The past 2 weeks he sent one in, so that's really nice. And next up, we have the evolution of Sackboy. It's a sheep, and then a ball of yarn, and then a Sackboy. So now you know how Sackboy came to existence. Well, it's a theory. Next up, we have levels. First up, we have MMS Move Marina by C. McCamey. And, oh my goodness, I love this level. Very, very underplayed. It's one of the coolest move levels, if not the coolest move level I have played thus far. Yes, I did say thus far, because it sounds very technical. You basically kind of direct all the boats to where they're supposed to be going, and they'll drop off their shipment, and then you just make them leave. So, once you have them drop off the shipment, they kind of get in the way as they're leaving. And especially once you have like a bunch of boats on the map at once, if you're not careful, they'll start running into each other. And if they run into each other, it's game over. So that's a negative thing, as you might have assumed by the game over statement. But it's a really cool level, and I would highly recommend you go check that out. Next up, we have Artopia by Duskseed, and this is a really cool level. It starts off on the side, and you know, like, it's almost a portrait view of things. You get it, portrait. But anyway, you're running up the side of the level. Really cool. The whole thing kind of rotates and disorients you, but it's really, really fun, and I really enjoyed this level. A lot of the pencil movements and drawing pathways and all that stuff. It was just really, really new and fresh and different, so I highly recommend you go check that one out as well. Next up, we have Little Big City Builder by Bevis2, and this was a really nice level. It's more of a tower defense style level, but it's also sort of like a city building level, because you can build different things that give you points without destroying enemies, and you can harvest grain and that kind of different thing. So it's a tower defense, yes, but it's also a new type of level, so I really like that. And then finally, we have the news for this week, and there's only 2 items of business this week, and the first one is the Weekend Pursuits DLC, and that's not really an item of business, it's an item of what you do when you're done with business for the week, and it's skiing and spelunkering and all that good stuff. There's 4 different costumes, and you can go check those out. They are out in the PlayStation Store right now, so go download those. And they're available for $2.99 or 99 cents if you buy them individually. Next up, we have the Invisimals costumes. We have some pictures of those, and they are coming out next week. And I'm not really sure on the pricing on those. I'll check that out and put it in the description if I figure it out. But yeah, those are the only two real news things from this week. If we missed anything, send us a tip at littlebigpodcasters@gmail.com. And if you're the first one to point it out to us, then we'll give you the credit on the show next week. And I think that's all we got. So I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.